This is Umar for BoxNation.
Stop already, mate. Is this a big deal? Here, do I have to have it like here?
Yeah, perfect.
Is it all right? Pick up the volume? All right.
To be fair, George,
Start
you could do whatever you want. I'm not going to argue with you.
No.
This is Umar for BoxNation in association with Global Next Trade. Not long to go, literally 24 hours, George. Mm-hmm. So we're sat down. I don't know where this chat's going to go, but 24 hours out, Team Dubois, what is the mentality, what's the feeling going into this undisputed rematch?
Yeah, listen, the work's been done. We're at the stage now where you're confident. Like I said, you've done everything in the gym, and now it's just about bringing that all to the table, bringing that to fruition, making sure on the night you do the right things at the right time, follow the game plan, and assert your identity, assert Daniel's strengths, the things that he's shown time and time again, particularly in the last 3 fights, and trying to do that against someone who he hasn't before. A guy who's a masterful talent, a guy whom we all deeply, deeply respect, but we don't fear, and we're here to win.
Something I picked up at the press conference yesterday, a big talking point, was their mantra of Daniel Dubois isn't a different guy, he's the same guy. Firstly, why do you think they were saying that?
Look, in life, when you're competing, people play mind games, they say things, they may actually believe those things. And for me, I kind of look at things a different way. If they're actually dismissing Daniel's evolution, then the joke's on them, if that makes sense. And for me, I think it's very, very important in life to respect someone's strengths, just the same way we respect Usyk and what he's capable of doing. The minute you start to pretend or you deny someone's capabilities, that's where you become unstuck, or you come unstuck. So for us, let them think that. If they truly think that, it'd be a huge mistake. From my perspective, the notion that you can't change or that you can't evolve is stupid. It's actually disrespectful, because when you actually look at anything in life, be it businessmen, there are many millionaires who fail time and time again in business, but eventually they get over the line. There are people who offended, that are in jail, have committed different crimes. They're reformed characters, they're now advocates for charities, for anti-crime movements and so forth. So you can always change. Everyone knows that. And the whole notion of being a sportsman, being an athlete, is leveling up. Like Usyk was a better man, he's evolved throughout his career, he's become better and better and better. And that's by training his body, but also training his mind. So I think they're foolish to assume that you can't evolve, you can't learn from mistakes, learn from setbacks. And when you look at Daniel, even the first fight, there's a stigma that he quit Joe Joyce. He was 21 years of age. I think maybe just turned 22. I have to check on that, but 21 or 22 years of age. What are most people doing at 21 or 22, let alone fighting at the upper echelons of heavyweight boxing? And the fight with Usyk, I think it's less to do with the quitting from the jab. Everyone's making about quitting from a jab. It's fatigue. Usyk is a master operator. Makes you fight at a pace that's mentally and physically exhausting. And I think it was a case of inexperience, being in a foreign country, fighting in Poland on Ukrainian Independence Day. Zelensky gave a big speech on the screens before, and there was a hell of a lot going on. So I think now all that's been ammunition for him, experience for him, and as we've seen in the last 3 fights, he's able to tie that all together and become a new man and a new fighter.
So I guess the key point really here is, I think, and most people would agree, that clearly Daniel Dubois is a different fighter from the one we were at when he was in Poland, for sure. The wins over Miller, Hrgovic and Joshua would back that up, essentially. Sure. But we're looking at Oleksandr Usyk here, generational talent, someone who's going to push through the gears like Miller, Joshua, Hrgovic couldn't. Even though Hrgovic was having so much success, right, it was in one rhythm, it was the jab and the right hand. He wasn't pushing Daniel maybe mentally in that same way. So what's going to be different from Poland to tomorrow night?
Sure, 100%. As I said, Usyk brings he's a whole different proposition, and it has to be respected. And that's what we have done, what the camp has done. Don't ever mistake confidence for arrogance, or for neglect, or for overlooking someone. You can't do that with Usyk. I'm not going to say too much on camera in terms of game plan wise. We believe we've made the necessary adjustments. The team have made the necessary adjustments. Daniel has momentum behind him. Confidence is an intangible thing. Everyone knows, whether you follow your football team or whatever else it is. When your team aren't confident, things go wrong. When you're confident and you believe in everything that you're doing, you believe in all your actions, you'll be surprised what can happen. And he carries dynamite power in both hands. If he touches you, you will be hurt. And for him, it's just about asserting himself, getting himself in the positions to land those punches, making sure that you nullify what Usyk likes to do. We know his strengths, we know what he likes, we know what he doesn't like. And although it can sound simple, sport is about doing the right things at the right time. And Daniel is the one that has to go in there on fight night and make sure that he executes a game plan, makes the adjustments and the changes from the first fight, and we believe he can do that.
If Daniel does go get in those right positions and lands those certain shots that you're talking about, regardless if it's Oleksandr Usyk or anyone, can anyone survive 12 rounds with Daniel Dubois?
Listen, he's got, I keep saying, you can go both sides. You can either call it God-given or demonic. His power is ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. And I've given in past interviews, I've given the example of people like AJ, who also is a power puncher, as we all know. But AJ has to use the sort of mechanics of his body, the torque. He has to get the full rotations firing through. Daniel can literally just go, bop, throw an arm punch, and it's like you've been hit by stone hands. He's got that real sort of just freakish power. So that coupled up with his improved fitness, with again, I keep coming back to it, but the momentum, the positive psychological approach of him believing in his work and his actions, it's a dangerous task. It's a scary thing to be in front of. And you've seen the sparring stories and stuff. I'm telling you, he's been dropping people left, right, and centre.
So they are true, those
He's been
rumors.
dropping people left, right, and centre. And Usyk is a masterful boxer, and it's going to be up to Usyk to have the antidote for that, to figure out how to stop Daniel from being on top of him. Is he capable of it? I mean, let's see. We'll see on Saturday. I mean, he's shown he's unbeaten, right? So he deserves all the respect that he's been given. But Daniel's here. We're not here to lie down. I keep saying it's like, we're going to come on to this in a minute, but it's part of, like, for me, like, British culture of they should be getting behind a guy who has a chance to become the first. And this is not even an attack at Lennox. Lennox was here a minute ago. We speak to Lennox. My dad speaks to Lennox. But there was always that, is Lennox British? Is he not? Is he Canadian? You know what I'm talking about. And it's like, this is a chance for the first ever undisputed British heavyweight champion. And it's like, people need to be getting behind this guy, supporting him. Usyk's a great guy, great character, charismatic, incredible fighter. Even though we had our spat, I'm not delusional. Incredible advocate of boxing. But get behind your man. The chance to create history, and this is it. This is it.
Even though Usyk and Joshua are different animals, can you take anything from the fact that the last shot that Daniel threw ended in Joshua face down at the canvas at the same stadium that he's going to be fighting Usyk tomorrow? Can you take anything from that?
For sure. I think it's different fights, but naturally, as I keep alluding to, I keep saying this thing about momentum, confidence, but we all know, if you're dealing with sports psychologists, if you're dealing with anyone to do with the mind, repetition, familiarity, framing things within your mind, visualization. And not only has he visualized, he's actualized, he's actually done that already with the AJ fight. So the familiarity of making that ring walk first, being in this venue, coming out of the changing room, that all will help to reinforce that confidence, to reinforce that strong spirit, to know that he can get the job done under pressure. And albeit a different opposition or a different opponent, he is capable, and 100%, he will be definitely drawing on all of those things, all of those intangibles, all the 1%, 2%, 3% that we've got, whether it's from training, hard work, coaching, confidence, familiarity, all these things. You take it from different places and you try and bring it together on the night in a wonderful concoction and hope it delivers that knockout blow.
Another thing that could be drawn on, I don't know if it's pertinent for Daniel himself individually, because it was the past, and he keeps saying the past is the past, but sure. Frank Warren keeps saying to me like that, we know Daniel can hurt Usyk.
Yeah, we know that. There's no two ways about it. And the past is the past. We learn from the past and we do something about tomorrow. That's all you can do, right? And we know what Daniel can do. And no disrespect to Mr. Usyk, knowing that he can hurt Usyk is not an achievement for Daniel, because he can hurt anyone. Like, we're human beings, 2 arms, 2 legs.
Do you think he would have got up if the referee started counting?
All that is hypothetical, it's speculation. I've got my personal beliefs. You look at his body language, you look at how his body was shaking. I'm not so sure, but it's speculation. I don't even want to focus on it, even Daniel's old man. Because this battle here is more than just, like I keep saying, it's more than a tangible. It's a spiritual battle. It's a battle of mental fortitude, and we want to do something about tomorrow. We can't keep thinking about yesterday, what happened. We know Daniel can hurt anyone, whether that's Usyk, whether that's AJ, whether that's whoever it is, King Kong. Like, Daniel will hurt you. So that's all we're focused on. That's all we're focused on now.
Okay. So can you just talk me through what happened outside Box Park today at the weigh-in?
Yeah, look, you know what it is? It's funny, and I'm going to address this one. I've been wanting to get it off my chest. I kind of think at the same time, even though I'm going to elaborate on everything, I've realized that the internet's undefeated. So coming out trying to rationalize, defend yourself, I think it's pointless. So I'm just gonna take on this new villain role. As you know, I'm making my own comeback myself. All that I would say to you is, for all the years, have I ever called you saying, let's do these interviews? I'm not someone who's tried to jump in the camera. There's this new narrative going on. This Fox, he's a menace. He's Don Charles' son. He's let loose again. He's trying to get in front of all the cameras. He's clout chasing. I've been around this game since, come on,
I'll clarify, I called you to come up here.
I've been around this game since a kid. I've been part of Vladimir Klitschko, Chisora 2012, David Haye, Chisora. I've been part of these big events for the best part of over 20 years. And I just keep myself to myself. I don't really get involved too much. But this is a massive one. And straight up speaking, Usyk's actually all right. But his coach is one of the biggest tossers I've ever come across. Just irritating man.
Sergey Lapin.
Irritating bloke. And his camp are just I don't know, man. I'm not really. I haven't taken to them.
That's
well
a strong statement to make. What
be
have they
honest
done?
with you, I don't even know what they're here. They should be on they're all military age men. They should be there defending their country. Never mind fighting me in North London. It's irritating. Even today, all the backlashes. Oh, look at this, unruly guy. It's George Fox out again. The guy came up to me, waving cash at me, saying McDonald's worker, take this. What do you want me to do? Am I a punk? So I just slapped the cash out of his hand. And all of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. And the truth of the matter is, with these guys, and I've realized with the fans at home, and it's very British culture. It's not in, like, when you go to American social medias and whatever else, or you see the American audience, it's not the same. There's this mentality of just always wanting to moan. Even when AJ was at the top of the game, everyone moaning at him, Fury moaning at him. Any guy coming through Dubois, they're all moaning about these random things, when in reality, the straight facts, I approached Usyk the first time, the guy offered me out for a street fight. Him, not me, his words, I'm gonna defend myself. Today, a guy's waving cash around at me, which to me, whatever the undertones are, I'm not going to start again. It's speculation, whether it's derogatory, whether you think it's got other undertones, who knows? But any man that's going to come waving cash at me, I'm not just going to sit there and take that. What am I a dickhead? Like, what am I supposed to do? I'm going to defend myself. I'm going to defend my name. I'm going to defend my honor, and that will always be the case. So, yeah. As for the guys at home, I wouldn't be too quick to judge without any context. You're so quick to try and knock someone down and put someone in a bracket or a box. I know who I am, I know the person I am, and I'm proud to be that person, so yeah.
So it's quite a strong label to what you said about Sergey Lapin and their team. So apart from that incident today, about where he was waving the cash, what makes you label them that?
I think, look, naturally in life, I don't blame them to a degree. Usyk has an incredible fan base. He's even captured the hearts of the British public. Charismatic guy, funny guy, humble, for large parts humble guy, got a funny personality, the jokes, the dances, even the quirky not being able to speak English properly, people, it's endearing to the public. So I get it. It's not like I'm unaware, but as a consequence of Usyk's success, naturally those around you start to think that they're untouchables as well. So it's just like a tone. And I've been around, this is not the first rodeo, I've been around these guys, previous champions, world champions. I've done 200 rounds of Fury. I've been in camps with him. And the man, for all the bravado on scene, on camera, the man has greeted me with nothing but respect, humility every single time. Usyk's team, they've got this snide, slimy sort of just irritating aura, just rude, disrespectful, think that they're high and mighty and above everyone. And I haven't taken kindly to it. Usyk himself, we had a little disagreement, but we're both men. He said his piece, I said my piece. I don't know why. I'm not someone who gets behind a computer and starts typing away. I don't know why people at home feel so comfortable. It's an access problem. Everyone wants to have an opinion. Everyone wants to talk about someone's character or personality or summarize or throw their 2 pence in. They should just shut up and watch the boxing. That's what they're there for, not for just trying to tell people about themselves and diagnose people's character within hot takes. Stupid.
Okay, just two more things I want to touch on before we close off. One negative, one positive.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know how much you want to speak about this, but Ali Bashir is back with Oleksandr Usyk. Obviously, he was in Team Usyk.
I didn't even know that. It's
you didn't know that?
Didn't even know that. Yeah,
he was in Team Usyk, of course.
Sure,
he then was with Daniel in Poland with you guys against Usyk.
Sure.
And now he's back with Team Usyk.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
To be honest, so for me, I've always been taught to respect my elders. Naturally, again, people don't like bringing sort of racial group or connotations into things, but as an elder, black citizen, and this extends to everyone, not just black people, but I'm saying for him as an uncle, I would refer to him as uncle, I'll always respect him. I don't want to speak too much. Me, personally, I don't think it's the most, let's say, honourable act going back and forth from different camps, but every man has their own agenda, their own mission, their own ideals, so it's not my place to sort of tell him what he can and cannot do. I think it would be more, if I'm completely honest with you, it's more probably a psychological mind game from Usyk's camp as opposed to needing particular tactical advice per se, especially given that in that last fight we weren't successful. So why you would need to gather information from a fight or a camp from someone whom wasn't successful and you've already beaten doesn't really add up. And since then has evolved and changed stylistically, emotionally, psychologically, physically. I don't think it's maybe that necessary, but yeah, I reckon it's probably mind games. But at the end of the day, the fighters are the ones that get in the ring. Usyk knows what he needs to do to win the fight. Daniel knows what he needs to do to win the fight, and may the best man win, and may whoever implements their game plan be successful.
As I said, I got a positive for you. Just bear with me. I want to just.
That wasn't negative. Everything's positive.
No, but probably the subject was a bit touchy.
Yeah, for sure.
I just want to show you this video, right? This was from. When did Daniel turn pro? 9?
I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you. He was. I think you. If you're looking at, I think was he 18, 19 years of age?
Yeah.
So you're looking at. It's only 8 years ago, which is mad.
I found this clip on BoxNation from years ago. It was filmed years ago.
Sparring Chisora, maybe?
No, it was Daniel in the office. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. You might not be able to hear it. Try and hear it.
It's a long one.
you get the gist of it, but that's when Daniel hadn't even had a professional fight. That's what Frank's saying about him.
Yeah.
Which is kind of mad when you look at where he's at.
No, for sure.
And considering Daniel wasn't really a recognised senior amateur.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, you probably got the gist of it. But
listen,
what Frank's saying there.
Frank's put faith into Daniel from day one. As we all know, there's been ups, there's been downs, there's been doubts, there's been backing from TV networks, there's been, exactly the story. And Frank's been consistent throughout. He's been there, unwavering belief in Daniel. I don't need to tell you this, Frank, he's been in this game for a minute and he's seen it all. And what that brings is an element of patience, understanding, wisdom, knowing how to nurture a fighter as well. And I think people need to respect the process more. Like even this, transcends to every walk of life, be it business, be it your football team. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. Allow someone to evolve. Allow someone to make mistakes. Allow someone to achieve their higher self through adversity, through questions. And that's where you find answers. And with Daniel, I don't know. Everyone, like I said, it's a problem that I've got with British culture. And I'm a proud British citizen. We need to stop just dragging everyone down, putting everyone down. When someone shows a crack or shows a crack, sounds a bit dodgy, doesn't it? But when things don't go your way or you have a setback, don't be quick to just rip that person to shreds. Look at context, where they are, how old they are, can they learn from this? And just get behind him. And what Frank has done with Daniel is an incredible job. Tracked him well, and now when you look at his resume, listen, his resume is as good as any active heavyweight, maybe bar Usyk. It's as good, if not better, than anyone. So he's been in there with some of the toughest. He's been in there with unbeaten fighters. He's beaten AJ at Wembley. He beat Hrgovic, who was unbeaten. He's beat Miller, who's unbeaten. He's now going into an undisputed Usyk, and he doesn't dodge anyone. And it's credit to Daniel, credit to Frank, credit to the team. His link up with my dad's, credit to Daniel's father, who is the first, who planted the seed, literally, and then, nurtured that seed. And may they go on to great things. They already have achieved greatness, but may tomorrow bring the undisputed belts, all the titles home. Staying in the UK, and may build from strength to strength, pillar to pillar.
I think that's a good note to end on. Listen, good luck to Team Dubois. Good luck to your dad, Don Charles. And we shall catch a word soon.
And a last shout out, guys, everyone at home. Whether you like me, whether you take to my dad, whether you take to anyone, get behind Daniel. Get behind a local British Londoner, British fighter coming to achieve, historic victory, and that's what we're here for, man.
Absolutely, 90,000 people there, live on DAZN pay-per-view. Don't miss it.
Take it easy. See you.
I knew we was going to win that fight.
Anthony Joshua.
Eviscerated him.
Seek and destroy, that's how I fight.
This is the guy ready to take the throne.
2 semi-finals. You had Usyk fighting Fury, you had Dubois fighting AJ. This is like the final.
This rematch against Usyk is completely different.
Taking place
At Wembley Stadium, 90,000+ people.
all the belts on the line.
In front of a global audience, live on DAZN.
Now we have a chance to see who is the best.
It's going to be something special.
Do not blink.
Usyk vs Dubois 2, Saturday, July 19th. Live only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.